we the people of the United States.
4 officers rushing to the scene, their weapons drawn, pointing at a young man in a wheelchair.
Moments later, a barrage of bullets, killing him.
In order to form a more perfect union,
the off-duty officer does something that horrifies onlookers.
establish justice,
A police officer's actions called into question.
ensure domestic tranquility,
You had a guy who repeatedly raped a 14-year-old girl, and you gave him just 30 days in jail?
provide for the common defense.
Asked to explain his leniency, Judge Boss said, quote, "The 14-year-old was as much in control of the situation as her defendant, the adult rapist."
Promote the general welfare.
A rabbi accused of sexually assaulting an 11-year-old strikes a deal with the judge.
And now a rabbi accused of the unthinkable has a chance to have his record wiped clean.
And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity.
In the last 5 months, there's been a sharp uptick in officer indictments. At least 14 police officers have been charged with committing murder, homicide, or manslaughter while on duty. Some say it's because so many of these incidents are videotaped.
Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. My family and I have been experiencing a lot of harassment, gross indifference, gross neglect from our public servants, whether they be police officers, whether they be judges, and we're not alone. We are not alone. What I have experienced is that everybody's going through this, and the solution is right before us. It's not a black and white thing. It's a know and don't know thing. They want to separate us based on race, gender, creed, a way of life. And all we want is pursuit of happiness, justice, and our liberties to be acknowledged.
Both me and my brother are riding our bikes. We have this unmarked car honking. I motioned to go around because all the other cars are going around. About another block, they pull up and tell us to pull over. And we're sitting here going, we don't know who you are. We're going to keep going about our merry way. He says, you just ran a red light. Pull over. I've already got illegally arrested 4 times. I'm not stopping for anybody that I do not know is an officer of the law. So I proceeded to keep going. Let's turn around and get somewhere where it's public. We have witnesses of what's going to happen to us so we don't get hurt. We pulled into an auto zone on 143rd, put our hands against the wall, and the cops had their guns drawn, pointing at us, fleeing and eluding, and resisting officers without violence. And I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna go 37 years of my life without getting convicted of any charges to get convicted of fleeing and eluding, which is a felony? End up spending 27 days in jail. People telling me when I can go eat, what I eat, who I can talk to, can't exercise, can't read any books that I would like to read. Having my liberty, my freedom stripped, not from me, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times, all in a span of 5 years? And I'm saying to myself that it's got to be a nightmare. This cannot be the United States of America, that I was raised to believe that you have the right of pursuit of happiness, the right of liberty, the right of freedom, the right of being yourself without harming anyone else or infringing on anyone else's rights. In the last 5 years, I've been down here in Miami, Florida. I've been arrested 5 times. Out of the 5, 4 of the cases have been dismissed. This one's gonna get dismissed sooner or later. I'm going in front of Christina Miranda, who also arrested my brother on December 18th for not consenting to wanting to get psych eval.
Because I was drawing up documents to remove the case into federal court. But my brother learned that the files were in Christina Miranda's chambers. Christina Miranda asked who wants them and why. And the court clerk told him that my brother needed them. They would not give my brother the paperwork. I went before Christina Miranda in intimidation tactic while she has a bailiff right next to me threatening to arrest me if I don't agree to her taking stuff out of the file. When the case was brought up, the public defender started to speak, and then the judge shooed him away, like this, and started addressing me and asking me, why shouldn't I be held in contempt? I was actually a little lost for words because I'm like, where did she get off asking me this question? What does this have to do with the issues of this case, which is fleeing and eluding and resisting arrest without violence? Where did it go from that to now I'm being psych evaluated? Ladies and gentlemen, should you withdraw your consent and you find yourself in a similar situation and you're being psychically evaluated, you are on the right track. My response, I did follow your court order. Evaluation couldn't be done. She asked, why couldn't it be done? I said, because I did not consent to the evaluation, and I said that with pride. And with that, she said she found me in contempt, and there will be no third tries, and I went into what's called the box, into their custody. She expected me to yell epithets, yell her out her name. She expected me to do all this and all that, trying to give her a reason to put more things on her arrest affidavit. But all she could put on was that I refuse to consent. You cannot compel anyone to make anyone do anything against their will, especially if they haven't done anything wrong.
It's already going to get moved to the federal courts, and when it gets to the federal courts, they're not going to have jurisdiction, and whatever she does, she'll end up having to pay for it at a later date. The foundation that everyone has inalienable rights, everyone has constitutional rights, everyone has civil rights, everyone has rights that they can see and can't see. It's a revolving cycle of information not being shared to the masses.
The same judge let a man go that was allegedly charged with molesting an 11-year-old girl.
Now on 6, a rabbi accused of sexually assaulting an 11-year-old strikes a deal with the judge.
The girl's mother says it was the ultimate betrayal of trust, and now a rabbi accused of the unthinkable has a chance to have his record wiped clean.
And my brother and I spent a month in jail. Couldn't get out because we allegedly ran a red light on our bicycles. Not to mention, none of us had priors.
Every time I read an application and they ask me, have I been arrested? Have I been convicted? There's a part of me that feels like, I can't tell the truth. Before I could say I never got arrested. I can still say that I've never been convicted, but 32 years without having to deal with officers and cops in a negative manner. Now I have my jacket stained where when you look at me online, if you Google my name, all you see is my arrest. And I'm sitting there going, they still haven't even fixed that. They arrest you, don't convict you, and they keep your profile on the internet of you being arrested. So we all know that we live in a digital age. We all know that it's not that hard to find out who you are by just Googling someone's name. We know all the information's out there. I'm a very private person. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have all this stuff that everyone else is doing. I like to keep my personal life personal.
We're all being gamed. These people sit on their high horse, judge you and I. They don't even do it right and get public tax dollars in form of a paycheck, inflated salaries at that. But that's not enough. They want to tax us even more with bonds, tickets, surcharge, court fees. It's absolutely disgusting.
Let's stop getting lied to. Let's stop waiting for the next 4 years. Let's do it in 2016, the next election. The person that's get elected has to protect everyone's constitutional rights, from the people that are homeless to the people that are at the top. Everyone has to have the umbrella of understanding that they are protected and they are respected and they are cherished as individuals to pursue what they feel is best without infringing on anyone else.
It can happen to any one of us. It doesn't matter what our ethnicity is, where we come from, okay? But we all have to rally around the common thing, which is the Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. And nobody, including the state, should be telling us what we can and cannot do.